piece that I made reference to earlier that I'll single out again, Nate Cohn, the number cruncher from the New York Times, September 26, meaning, just a few weeks ago, Democratic fortunes have improved markedly over the past few months, with the party overtaking Republicans on the generic congressional ballot in the aftermath of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. But there's another, simpler explanation for a Democratic turnaround, one that lines up nearly as well as abortion: gas prices. And he's got a chart that's very compelling that shows the relationship between the president's approval and the price of gas. This chart started to speak to me a little bit more over the last few months. Not only did Mr. Biden's ratings fall in the early summer as gas prices surged, but his ratings also began to improve as gas prices dropped. His ratings have leveled out over the last couple of weeks, just as gas prices have started to bottom out. It would probably be a little too clever to go all in on "it's the gas prices, stupid," and dispute the role of Dobbs, the Supreme Court overturning of Roe versus Wade, or Biden's legislative successes in explaining Democratic gains over the last few months. But on balance, the role of falling gas prices has probably been underappreciated. I agree with that. I think this could be a huge issue, and it's just a reminder. I said yesterday, and I said last week and the week before, we have no idea what we'll be talking about in the days right before November 8th. And so, today, a lot of North Korea all of a sudden sending off missiles. This guy needs attention, I think. Little rocket man needs attention. But what occurs to me, and this is what I'm driving at with the poll question, is the Saudis, the Russians, because Russia's a member of OPEC Plus, they play that co-leadership role with Saudi Arabia. Who do you think they'd rather have in control? The Democrats and Joe Biden, or Donald Trump? Biden went tail between his legs, the fist bump visit with MBS. Trump was there first out of the gate. That was the first place he went. Do you remember he had his hand on I don't think it's a globe, it's like an orb.
I think it was a globe. Wasn't it like a glowing?
Yeah.
It was glowing.
Yeah.
And they all had their hand on it.
And Jared just got all the funding for, a business venture of his.
Is that a reason for the President Trump not to run again? All the business, or is that a reason to run again? Will they have to untangle themselves from that, or maybe Jared doesn't get involved again?
Yeah, I don't know whether, theoretically, Trump has nothing to do with Jared's business.
Right. That's the question, whether they're all coming back to the White House.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Maggie Haberman's book, I think it was Maggie Haberman's book, suggested that Trump came close to firing Jared and Ivanka.
No way.
Ivanka?
Yes.
Ivanka.
Yeah,
Ivana divorce.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
So anyway, the point that I'm making is I think that, look, Putin meddled in the 2016 election to get Trump elected, right? Who do you think Putin would rather have in the White House?
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump.
Of course.
Who do you think the Saudis would rather have in the White House? Donald Trump. So I'm not so naive as to believe that profit played no role in OPEC doing what they've done, cutting back production to increase prices. But I'm sure they did it to put their thumb on the scale of the American election.
Right.
They want to solidify a Republican takeover of the House, maybe the Senate. I'll speak to that in a moment, and set the stage for Trump to come back.